Let me dream.
Are we having fun yet?
How can the San Antonio Spurs create the new big three? Well, I'm going to tell you. So this is definitely wishful thinking. Obviously, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there right now. I don't even think I have to explain this, but part of that big three, your boy Josh Primo would be in that. Okay, but Primo is in the big. Yes, he is actually probably the star of the big three. I'm not going to go deep into Primo because we talk about him every day. All right, it's okay. All right, but what I am going to talk about is how the Spurs could create a big three, not only in this draft, but also the next draft. Now, I do have to say this. The only way for this to happen, unfortunately, would probably be due to losing a lot of games in the next couple seasons. I mean, that's the only way. This team really competes, so I don't really have high hopes that will happen. I do. I'm so torn on it, dude. I want us to win. I don't. I don't know. But I'm just letting you know that's the only way that this possibility could happen. So first and foremost, who would be part of this big three? Obviously, Josh Primo, who is amazing offensively as far as passing the rock, defense, creating his own shot. He's basically the full package, and he could even run point guard if you really wanted him to. Honestly, he really could. He has a lot in his arsenal, and I think we all project him to potentially be, expect him to potentially be a star in this league. Even his demeanor, the way that he approaches the game is very Kobe-esque. And Kobe is a guy that he, as lots of young kids, he looked up to him. All right. So yes, he will be part of it. Now, let's go into the 2022 draft. Who would we need? We need a center. We need someone who is very talented defensively, someone who can shoot an outside shot, someone who could really open it up for the rest of the guys. And that would be, and guys, when I say we have to tank, I mean we would have to really lose a lot of games, Chet Holmgren. The more I watch him, the more I am bought into all of the hype. This dude is ultimately ridiculous. I looked at a lot of draft notes on him, and I just wanted to kind of key in on this one right here. Very unique prospect, nearly 7 feet, exceptional length, agile, skinny, lanky. One thing that stands out to me about this guy is that he has playmaking ability that 7-footers shouldn't have. Like his ability to kind of not only create his own shot, but also make moves with the ball. His dribbling ability. It is really reminiscent of a small forward in a center's body. Honestly, it's very strange. And I was not expecting to like him this much. One thing also that I like about him as well, if you look at his defense, one thing that I always was pretty in awe about when it came to Tim Duncan, and I'm not comparing him to Tim Duncan, okay, calm down. But one thing that I was always in awe about when it came to Timmy was, even though he didn't get that far off the ground, and don't get me wrong, this guy does. Okay, Chet Holmgren has some athleticism to him. Do not get me wrong on that one. He has some athleticism, but Timmy never got that much off the ground. But for some way, he will always tend to block your shot. Some guys just have a knack for the ball around the rim, man. They just know and just have that natural instinct to just block it. Like, I don't know. He's just a really good defender. Overall good player. The only thing that you probably need to worry about is the fact that he's 7 feet. Oftentimes guys that are that tall don't last that long. And that's the only thing that I will really be afraid of when it comes to him. But we rambled about him enough. So now let's go into the next draft. So this is straight up Spurs were complete trash this season, and we were able to get Chet Holmgren. Okay, that is, let me dream. All right. Now, here's the next player that I think would bring us over the top. This would complete the big three, and you're now looking at a team that is deadly. And that player is my boy, Emoni Bates. The more I watch him, the more I'm like, wow, he can ball. Okay. He's very athletic. He has an outside shot. He's basically perfect. He's perfect. I don't know what else to tell you. He's perfect. I actually don't have anything else to say. He's a perfect player. But he's athletic. He can play defense. He's competitive. He has a nice jump shot. He's super athletic. He's very quick. Everything about him is basically pretty perfect going into the league. So we can just look at this really small scouting report comparison. Reggie Miller, I kind of see that. He's really good off the ball, catch and shoot type player as well. Yes, he doesn't rely on triple threat, can get where he wants with a live dribble. Defense struggles to stop him at times, even if they know he's taking the shot. And that is completely true. The more I've seen him, the more I like it. But yeah, and one thing that I want to go ahead and key in on is that he's very aggressive and well-documented hard worker and big-time competitor. Now, another thing about him as well, and I don't think that they really focused in on it too much here, but one thing about Emoni Bates that I've noticed is he's a very good playmaker. Like, he can create for his teammates, and he's a decent facilitator. And when you're dealing with someone like Joshua Primo, who is very high IQ, we can already tell he's going to have very high basketball IQ. It's going to be good for him to be around other players with high IQ. So whether it be Chet Holmgren, who has extremely good, defensive IQ, or Emoni Bates, who has very good offensive IQ, I think these guys will really be able to play off of each other and create a new big three. Now, with that being said, I also want to go ahead and just show you. I just typed this up really fast. This is potentially what it could look like. I left off some players on the roster because I just wasn't sure what's going to happen with them. And I just kind of keyed in on the ones that we actually care about. Left off Lonnie because I don't know what's going to happen in this upcoming season, but it could look very well like this with no trades, and we just keep everyone that we have. We could have DeJounte Murray at point, which Josh Primo can play point as well if you want to move Murray. Probably not to the 2 guard, but to the bench possibly if you don't have Derek White. But Josh Primo, shooting guard. DeJounte Murray, you have this. Obviously, we know what DeJounte Murray can do. Very good defensive point guard facilitator. Shoot first, more so point guard, but that's okay. Josh Primo, shooting guard. Devin Vassell is small forward. I'm expecting Devin Vassell to grow a little bit more. Emoni Bates, right now, I think he plays small forward, but sometimes I see him at power forward. I'm just going to put Emoni Bates at power forward. I think he will be perfectly fine there. And then Chet Holmgren. This is ridiculous. This starting lineup is ridiculous. Not to mention, you would have this type of energy coming off the bench and this type of scoring coming off the bench. And hopefully this time facilitating come off the bench and we keep him. But yeah, so this is kind of what it would look like. Plug in any free agents you want to plug in here, or if we continue with Jocelyn, I don't know. So I just kind of left a lot of people off. But this is the main thing I want to focus on, is just this starting lineup. This could be very filthy. And this is a way that the Spurs could create their own little, big three. Shoot, maybe big four if Devin Vassell becomes that guy, man. Oh my gosh. But you guys let me know what you think, man. I feel like I rambled a lot. It was just something that was on my mind that I just want to talk to you guys about. I think about this stuff all the time. So if you guys got any suggestions, any ideas, what you think would be the next big three, or something that's probably a little more doable, because this is really out there, just let me know. And yeah, so I'll get with you guys later, man. Until next time. If you want to support the channel, $2 a month. Forgot about that. Patreon, YouTube members. Thanks, guys. Deuces.